It's hard to believe it's been a month since Test Drive Unlimited's Solar Crown hit the gaming world, and oh boy, what a month it has been. If you imagined cruising down the streets of Hong Kong Island in your favourite exotic, enjoying flawless gameplay, thriving servers and polished content, well, I've got some news for you. Literally none of that happened. In fact, it's been quite the opposite. A launch disaster so fiery even that Pagani's exhaust would be envious, if they were in the game. So let's dive into what really happened since launch and how the developers have been living up to the hype, and handling what can only be described as a very bumpy ride for them, as well as some things that I would implement to improve the game overall. You know what's worse than getting stuck in rush hour traffic? Not being able to drive at all. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown launched with crippling server issues, leaving players who spend over €100 on getting early access unable to even log in for a proper race. For a game so focused on its multiplayer experience, this was catastrophic. Imagine booting up your game to race your dream Ferrari only to be greeted by an endless loading screen. People weren't driving, they were raging. It was like getting a $200,000 car only to find out it's missing the keys. But wait, it gets better. Those lucky enough to get past the server issues found themselves wading through a swamp of bugs, cars floating, physics breaking down, and let's not forget the real issue here, the anti-grind culture that really doesn't make sense in a grind-heavy economy. Want that expensive car? Get ready for long hours of repetitive gameplay, and then watch as the game limits your rewards because you're just too persistent. Imagine racing the same course 100 times to save up for that dream car, only to be told, sorry, no more frim for you today. It's like running in a marathon being told at mile 25 you've done enough, go home. It feels like more of a punishment than a reward. Speaking of rewards, where are the features that we were promised? Real estate? Gone, more or less in the back burner. Bikes? Nope, no word. Delivery missions? Sorry, we don't do them here anymore. The absence of these features have left fans feeling like they've bought an empty shell of what Test Drive Unlimited was supposed to be. Solar Crown is more like Test Drive Limited. What happened to quirky exotic manufacturers like Spiker and Pagani? Why are they missing in the action? The lack of variety and glaring absence of core features have made the game feel hollow to some players. It's like driving the sports car without an engine. It must be like what driving an electric car is like. If you thought you could grind your way to success, think again. In a game where cars cost a small fortune, the economy is completely skewed, you're capped on frim earnings to 10 per day, which is laughably low. Combine that with reduced rewards for repeating races, and you're looking at a grind fest that's less satisfying than watching paint dry. And then there's the Solar Pass, which feels currently like an afterthought. Now, to be fair, in this new update that we got, this was the first one we've ever had. So, I mean, you're not going to go in full swinging. But regardless, 26 levels sounds pretty good until you realise that the ground reward is an Audi RS e-tron GT and some stickers throughout your progress. That's it. You've worked all your way through the ranks for some new wheels, decals and a car. Where are the incentives? Where's the motivation to keep playing? And let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Nakon stock is plummeting as players jump ship. The community's frustration is real and it's showing in the dwindling player numbers. People are leaving the game faster than the servers can crash, and unless something changes, this game might be dead before it even had a chance to live. To make matters worse, the developers dropped an update video showing their ideas for future updates and responding to feedback. In this video, they somehow managed to conveniently gloss over the actual problems the community have been screaming about. We've also been informed of a patch with over 300 fixes, but no details on what those fixes are. It felt more like a PR recovery stunt than a genuine attempt to resolve the issues. For now, it's all just smoke and mirrors. However, I will admit that the new patch they brought in with the 300 fixes, I could just be experiencing a total placebo effect, but I do think the game runs and performs a bit better. Some of the smaller issues have been resolved, but otherwise there's still a lot more to go. One particularly frustrating aspect is the recycled car models from TDU2. We're in 2024 folks, we delayed the game by over 2 years, and yet we are still driving car models that look like they've been plucked straight out of the early 2010s. Because some of them have been. The corner cutting is so blatant it's almost an art form. Just please fix the GTR, or update them through a different patch. Maybe that could have been one of your 300 fixes. Now, I'm not all doom and gloom. I still want the game to succeed. Hell, every single racing game that comes out, I want to do well. I know it's quite easy to sit there and ramble about how everything's miserable, but you need to show some happiness and joy sometimes. But there is a lot of work that needs to be done here, and the developers need to listen to the fans more than ever before. Here are a few ways that I think that we could turn this sinking ship around. For starters, they need to bring back the features that the players wanted, especially the classic ones. Real estate, bikes, delivery missions. These are aspects of the TDU experience that need to return as soon as possible. Fixing the economy is also very important. The Frim cap is absolutely ridiculous. Let players grind if they want to, and please give us better rewards in the Solar Pass. And also improve the rewards of the Solar Pass. This has been requested since day one, hell even before day one, and the developers say we won't get an offline mode until the game's end of life, realistically. But by then, there might not be an end of life. And why on earth can't we just pause the race in offline mode? This isn't an online shooter, it's a racing game. If I'm not playing against any other human player and I'm just against AI, let me pause the damn race halfway through. Introducing side quests and new content is a very good idea to keep the gameplay feeling fresh. At this point, the clock is ticking. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown was delayed for over a year, and the developers had the golden opportunity with no major competition at launch, yet they fumbled the ball. Hard. It's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of patches to win back the trust of that community. I support KT and Nakon through thick and thin, even when things have looked grim, but now more than ever, I think they just need to listen to their fans. The success of Solar Crown lies not only in their own ego, but in how they respond to the gamers and how they want this game to live up to its true potential. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones playing the game, they're the ones experiencing any issues and giving correct feedback on their proper problems. As for now, it is a long road ahead, and we'll see if this game manages to steer out of disaster mode. For now, all we can do is hope that they take a U-turn in the right direction. In conclusion, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown still has the potential to be great, but it's far from living up to expectations after just 1 month. The server issues, missing features, and frustrating economy are dragging the game down bad, and unless the developers make some significant changes, it risks losing its remaining player base. There's a solid foundation here, but it needs a lot of polish to truly shine. Let's hope that Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown can turn things around in the coming months, but for now, patience is key. So what do you think? Is TDU cooked? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this game assassination, please hit subscribe and share it with friends. And until next time, I promise my videos are a lot more pleasant than this, but if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you all very soon.